Hello and welcome to the All Rookie Podcast. Today is May 21st, 2025, and I'm your host, William Harris, aka William is Bill. Follow me on X and all that good stuff. Back with you today for another great episode of the All Rookie Podcast, and I'm very excited about this one. My top 10 prospects in the 2025 NBA draft. I've done one and two, I went over three and four, but let's go to my top 10. I'm gonna have some shockers in here for you guys. I always do. It's not my intent. Scouting is just something I love to do, and I find gems, I guess. It's gonna be some guys in here you have not heard of, but there's some guys lower than you would think, and there's a guy that's in everyone's top 10 that's not in mine. But let's get straight to it like it's nothing to it. Let's have some fun. And I want to hear your opinions on this list. We're going to start from 10 to 1. We've heard about the top guys plenty. Let's go from 10 to 1. Now, my number 10 prospect in the NBA draft is Kasparis Yakachunas, the 6'6 guard from Illinois. He's 18 years old, averaged 15 points, 6 boards, 5 assists, and 1 steal per game. Shot 44% from the field, 32% from three. Now, Kasparis is a huge point guard. He can shoot it very well. Nice handle, can hit the step back. He definitely can run a team and very comfortable with the ball in his hands. He's always ready to make a play for himself or his teammates. Not scared of the moment at all. And like I said, 6'6". You gotta love that size for a point guard. I'm sure he could play the two as well. And that's what really can make him special, being 6'6". If he's 6'1", 6'2", it's not that big of a deal. He would not be this high. But being 6'6" as a point guard is special. If it works, look out. He's not very athletic, but he can get anywhere he wants to on the court and definitely can get his shot off when he wants. He moves great without the ball, has a nice mid-range game, but he plays very below the rim, which is fine, but he may have issues finishing in the NBA. But he is a professional point guard, trust me. I think he'll be, at worst, a tremendous backup in the league, but he can be a really good starter if he goes to the right team and the right system. He's a great playmaker, great team leader, and to be that young and gifted at passing is his biggest green flag. You always hear about red flags. That's a huge green flag for me. And I think he would be great on a good team that needs a point guard like Sacramento, Phoenix, Dallas for this 1 year until Kyrie gets back. But I don't know how he would fit on a team that's lacking talent. I don't think he's going to push you over the top, but I think he can come in and fill a spot right away and help your team a lot. And he tries hard on defense, and his height definitely helps him from being targeted on defense as well. Quick hands on defense. Kasper Yakachunas, 6'6" from Illinois. He's in some people's 6 to 8 range. He's in my number 10 spot. How do you feel about Kasparis, y'all? Either way, he's going to be a great prospect. Number 9, Trey Johnson. That's right, you heard me. Trey Johnson from Texas. Some people have him going fourth, fifth, or sixth. I have him going ninth. We'll see. Well, he's my ninth ranked prospect. I don't know where he'll go in the draft, but he's 6'6" from Texas, 19 years old, averaged 20 points per game, 3 boards, 3 assists, and 1 steal per game. 43% from the field, 40% from three. That is the excellent number right there. He's a tremendous 3-point shooter. He does take a lot of bad shots, though. I don't know if people are focusing on that. If you look at his highlights, you're going to see, whoa, that's amazing. Oh, look at that three. Oh, over two defenders. Those are not good shots. You know what I mean? So he takes a lot of bad shots, a lot of wild step backs. That will have to be cut down a lot in the NBA. But he does have super long range, has great touch, can shoot the floater. And if he cuts down on those shots, he will actually be more efficient. So it can only help him really. But he has a fadeaway shot that's really nice. Very nifty player when he's trying to score. He comes off screens and picks when he's ready to shoot every time. He's not a standout athlete. He dribbles well enough to get his own shot, but he's mainly a perimeter player. He's not really fast, but he's crafty when he does go to the hoop. And his game does translate to being a great role player at minimum. Great 3-point shooters are vital in the NBA. So, if he can do more than that, that'll be great. But at worst, he's going to be a really safe player. He's probably the safest player in the draft because no matter what he does, he won't be a bust. He will have a secure role with that three-point shooting, and he will find the open man when he's double teamed, but he's mainly a score first guy. I see a lot of Buddy Hield in his game. Now, Buddy Hield is a 10-year vet, dynamic player at times in the right situation, and lethal from three when he's in the right situation. So Trey Johnson, he should have a long career with that three-point shooting. And if he can do more, maybe he'll be a little bit better than Buddy Hield, but I think he's going to have that trajectory. But that's still worth the ninth best player in this draft. Number 8, a name you may not have heard before. Maybe you have, but Asa Newell. Asa Newell, the 6'10" forward slash center from Georgia, 19 years old, 15.7 boards, 1 steal, 1 block per game, 54% from the field, 30% from three. Asa Newell is a modern big that can flourish in today's game. He has great size and movement, nice touch and feel in the paint. He can shoot the three very well. Like I said, 30% from three as a 6'10" big man. It's guards that don't shoot that good. It's guards that wish they shot 30%. So that's excellent for a big man. And he can put the ball on the floor enough to get where he wants. Most bigs can't do that. He has a nice little hook shot. And when he shoots the three, he shoots it with confidence too. It's no hesitation. He's not super strong in the paint. He has to pass out a lot of times or settle for a jumper because he can't get to the rim just off of brute strength because he's 220. So when he's going against guys that are 250, it's the issue. But he is effective when he gets the ball while in position to score. Like he's set up in the right spot, pick and roll. He's a great rim runner, perfect helper when his teammates get double teamed. Um, and he's a good rebounder and put back shot maker. This is Asa Newell we're talking about. So even though he lacks strength, his post moves and handling ability help him score at times. I think he needs a good coach to help him perfect the good things that he does. And obviously, he's going to have strength and conditioning and that'll take away from the low percentage shots. But he has great attributes. It just need to be refined. At 19, his future is bright. Asa is a good rim protector, help defender, and he stays on the ground a lot when guys are pump faking they're in the position to score. I like how he stays on the ground. He's not just jumping for everything, and he defends straight up without a lot of wasted jumping, like I said, all over the place, and which draws fouls on you as well and gets you out of the game. So he has the length and body to be a rim protector. I wish he had more blocks per game, but we'll see how that goes. But Asa Newell is a great guy to take in the top 10, in my opinion. Have you heard Asa Newell? What do you think about him? You know, we will see. We will see. Next, number 7, as my screen wants to disappear. All right, here it is. Rasheer Fleming. Nobody's heard of Rasheer Fleming, right? Maybe you have. His name is moving up the draft boards. I think he's in 15 to 20 range on consensus. But for me, Rasheer Fleming is 6'9" forward from St. Joseph's, 20 years old, averaged 15 points, 8.5 boards, 1.4 steals, 1.5 blocks, 53% from the field, and 39% from three. That's not numbers you see on the regular from a 6'9" forward. And he measured great at the combine as well. But Rasheer Fleming, this is why I love doing these pods, man. Guys you haven't heard of, and I can just put that name out there in the atmosphere and you look him up and be like, oh, wow, he is really good. Yeah, Rasheer Fleming, very aggressive power forward, moves tremendously well. He's a big, but he flies down the court. He's great pick and roll forward and still a lob threat at 6'9". He's a great post presence, but most surprisingly, like I said, he's an excellent three-point shooter. And that's what the NBA was looking for in every position. So it's even just more bonus points for him being a big. He's a junior, so he looks a lot more comfortable than most of these freshmen. But I mean, he's NBA ready right now. And still, he's a 20-year-old junior. It's not like he's 21 or 22. He's very polished. He moves like a pro and knows exactly what he's doing out there. This is Rasheer Fleming. He goes up strong when contested in the paint. Very exciting prospect and no doubt a top 10 player in this draft. I would say I'm gonna need to look at Tari Eason's tape, but he just caught my eyes. Is he Tari Eason like? I didn't compare that yet, but keep that mental note. But yeah, I love how Rasheer can put it on the floor a little bit, play in the post or perimeter. And not only he's just a capable three-point shooter, he's a very good one. So he does it all. He moves his feet like a menace on defense. And he puts up great numbers on defense with blocks and steals. He literally does it all. There's so many ways to get on the NBA court for him because of his skill and hustle and all-around game. He never really needs to come off the court. Some guys get subbed out and depending on the situation. That won't happen with Rasheer Fleming. He's a very impressive defensive player, and he would be even more scary alongside another defensive big. And that's not to mention his offensive prowess and skill there. So Rasheer Fleming, you heard it here first, number 7 on my list as far as the top 10 prospects in 2025. All right, I got another one you may not have heard of. Here we go. I want to hear it. Y'all gonna say I'm crazy, right? Nah, Thomas Sorber, the 6'10 center from Georgetown, 19 years old, 14 and a half points, 8.5 boards, 2.5 assists, 1.5 steal, and 2 blocks per game. Shot 53% from the field, and he shoots a three every now and then, 16%. That number doesn't look great, but most centers don't shoot at all. So that just lets you know he has it in his bag somewhere. It just needs to improve, or they'll just say don't shoot it at all. But he has the capability of shooting threes. But Thomas Sorber is more of a traditional big. He gets excellent position in the paint, very polished as a big, has very smooth moves and professional post-up moves. He has great hands. He can run the floor well enough to get in the pick. He can run the floor well enough, and he's great in the pick and roll. He puts his head down and gets into the paint whenever he needs to. He can hit the J from the free throw line range. Excuse me, which is vital, and that makes him a top 10 guy for me easily. Like he's a little slow if you want to be nitpicky, but that's in comparison to the newer style of play that the centers are doing now. You got Wemby and Chet running up and down the field, but that shouldn't affect him too much. And he has a nice little running hook shot, very quick first step or move or shake to get by his opponent. So he can spin, juke, shake, and bake. He can do it all. And like I said, even shoot the three a little bit. And it looks good when it goes in too. He just got to keep working on those percentages. But I can see that being a part of his game in the future. When you think of guys like Brook Lopez, he didn't shoot at all the first few years of his career, and then he got a shot and it extended his career. So Thomas Sorber shooting up some occasionally, he's at a head start right there. But he moves his feet great on defense, plays smothering defense, great shot blocker, great recovery time. If he gets driven past, he's still there. And he can still block a contested shot. He's a stonewall at times for players attacking the paint. He is a great center prospect. And you're going to notice another center prospect is not on this list, and that's because Thomas Sorber is on this list. Number 6, like I said. What do you think? Don't speak if you haven't seen his tape yet. All right, let's get to number 5, BJ Edgecombe. You've heard of that name. You've heard of all these top 5 guys. BJ Edgecombe from Baylor, 6'5" guard, 19 years old, averaged 15 points, 5.5 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, 0.6 blocks, 43% from the field, 34% from three. Now, BJ Edgecombe can fly up and down the court, get out of his way when he's in the lane attacking the basket. He has great hands on defense. He's a pickpocket. His three-point shot is a little interesting to me. To me, it's kind of slow. I don't know if they're going to try to make that a little faster or just don't mess with his shot. I don't know because he's 34%. That's good, slightly above average. But, his athleticism is what works in his favor and helps him a lot, and especially on defense. When you're that super athletic like he is, you're going to be more than likely you're going to be good on defense too. But he's definitely a great one-on-one player, but he can be effective playing a role if he isn't the star on his team. As fast and athletic as he is, it seems like he is a sure thing to me. Not only the way that he moves and maneuvers his way to the hoop is very professional, but probably he's the most explosive player in this draft. So I wish he was a little bit taller. He's 6'5". If he was 6'7", I mean, woo. But 6'5" should be good. It's fine. I mean, it sounds bad now. That's just how the game is going. Everyone's tall, so he probably around 6'4", really. But I think the shooting will continue to improve for VJ Edgecombe. He has great hands for creating turnovers and steal. He's a clutch player. He's good, but I'm not sure he's special. That's why he's not in my top four. But I can see him being in somewhere in between great and average, and that's right now where Ben Mathurin is. And I think he could be in that vicinity. And I do think Ben Mathurin would be a lot better if he was on a different team. And I'm a huge fan of Ben Mathurin. But it kind of leaves me in a position to think Ben Mathurin is not killing it like I think he should. So VJ Eshkom could be in that same type of spot depending on what team he goes to. So we're gonna have to look out for that. If he goes to a team, say he was to go to, this is ridiculous, but Houston, he's not gonna be able to do much there. Who's like Philly? Will he be VJ Eshkom in Philly? He'll be the fourth option. So, he's not used to that. At Baylor, he's the number one guy. So, will he just be able to stand in the corner and be effective? It depends on what team he goes. If he goes to Charlotte, he could start at the two guard, be given the keys to do whatever I don't know. You just don't know. Okay. So for me, BJ Edgecombe is signs of greatness. It's signs of he could just be fitting in a role too. So that's why I have him at number 5. Number 4, Jeremiah Fears from Oklahoma, the 6'4" point guard, 18 years old. Youngest player in the draft, 17 points, 4 boards, 4 assists, 1.5 steals, 43% from the field, 28% from three. Great handles and crossover. Well, I talked about him in my last pod. Tremendous point guard, deadly crossover. I'm not going to go over the whole breakdown because it's already been done. But his handles are elite, and he probably has the best handles in this whole class. He's ready to be a starting point guard in the league now at 18 years old, and that is insane. And the NBA needs point guards. If your team doesn't have a point guard, you are lacking. Um, you know, uh, I'm trying to think. Every team pretty much that's flourishing in the playoffs has a great point guard, except for Minnesota, and they still have a great point guard. He just passed his prime. But a point guard is essential. So I hope he goes to the right landing spot. Clutch young player. This is Jeremiah Fears. He really only needs to work on his assist and his three-point shooting. And I mean, look out. But Jeremiah Fears, I'm a huge fan of his tape. As soon as you watch it, you know this is a pro. And I mean, he has that Kyrie finger roll. It's just sweet. Number 3, Ace Bailey. You've heard a lot about him lately. DeMarcus Cousins just said he should go number 1. I told you on the last pod, somebody else said he should be Paul George said he should be number 1 as well. They're comparing him to Tracy McGrady. But Ace Bailey from Rutgers, 6'10", 18 years old. Well, he's really 6'9", 18 years old. Averaged 18.7 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 46% from the field, 35% from three. Great leaping ability on offense and defense. Can get to the rack, can hit the floater, can shoot the three, can post you up, can cross you up, has soft touch, quick first step, athletic, can play in the mid range. I mean, he can do it all. You worry about him being so skinny at 6'9", 6'8", 6'9". He's going to have to gain some weight. But I mean, it's a lot of skinny guys in the NBA now. It's not that big of a deal anymore. And still, I mean, when you're 18, 19, 20, you know you're going to get bigger eventually anyway. Even Kevin Durant got a little bit bigger. So it depends on how your game is. If you're not in a post, it ain't that big a deal to have brute strength anyway. But his skills make him super intriguing. He could turn into a guy that's stuck in a role like Jabari Smith, or he could be in a role where like Tracy McGrady. I don't see that right away, especially if he goes to the Sixers. He could be in a log jam there, to where he doesn't get to do much at all. He will be in the Jabari Smith's spot. Their games are similar but a little different because Ace is much faster than Jabari Smith, but you don't want him in Philly. For the long term, his career, he'll be fine, but that's not where you want him to be. If you're talking fantasy, if you're the Sixers, yeah, get the best talent, because he runs like a gazelle. He can do it all. I would just love to see it on the NBA level. He played at Rutgers. They didn't make the tournament. Does that make you question things? We will see, because also his teammate, who I have at number 2, played at Rutgers and they didn't make the tournament. So are they winners? We will see. But that was Ace Bailey at 3, and his teammate Dylan Harper is number 2, 6'6" guard, 215 pounds, 19 years old, averaged 19 points, 4.5 boards, 4 assists, 1.5 steals, 0.6 blocks, shot 48% from the field, 33% from three. And I mean, a quick, easy way to tell you how he looks out there is like a young James Harden. But when you watch the shape of a young James Harden, it's not exactly that, but that's just a mental image you get. Being 6'5", 6'6", with tremendous handle, point guard, a plethora of moves, step back, all that good stuff, plays a little one-on-one too much at times. That's who you think of. His three-point shot is good. I'm sure it will continue to improve. He does kind of have like a push shot. I wonder if that will be tweaked in the NBA, but still, even no matter what, his crossover ability to break down his defenders and score is top tier. Great first step. Like I said, he can play the 1 or 2. It's thoughts that he may go to the Spurs at number 2. People are saying, how could that work? They have De'Aaron Fox, they have Stephen Castle. I think they still have Chris Paul as of right now. That would be a log jam. If I'm the Spurs, I'm taking Dylan Harper. I'm trading De'Aaron Fox. I might get a power forward or something, or another pick, whatever. I don't know what you need to do. You cannot pass up on Dylan Harper. I mean, maybe you can take Ace Bailey at 2. Uh, if they're in love with Fox and Castle as a 1 and 2, you could take Ace Bailey at 2. And then Dylan Harper would go to the Sixers, and that would be sweet. But it would be hard for me to pass up on Dylan Harper. The talent just oozes off of the screen. Um, and he has a 6'10" wingspan, great touch, great rebounder. Dribbles like the ball is on a string. He can do anything he wants offensively. He can run a team, and it really just depends on his efficiency, playmaking, and shooting. His dad was Ron Harper, the NBA vet, played with the Bulls, won some championships, but his brother plays in the G League. He's good enough to play in the NBA as well. Has the skill and foundation of someone you want to draft and mold into a superstar. Dylan Harper, look out. All-star for sure. That's what I'm saying. These top 2 guys, all-stars for sure. And speaking of the top 2 guys, that was number 2, Dylan Harper. Now number 1 is Cooper Flagg from Duke, the 6'9" guard, forward, any position you want to play. 18 years old, averaged 19 points, 7.5 boards, 4 assists, 1.5 steals, 1 block per game. 49% from the field, 37% from three. Has great size, can move like a guard, can jump out of the gym, can get to the rack or pull up for the J. He's not soft at all. He will dunk all over you. Don't let the haircut fool you. Um, but he has the aggression and shooting ability along with his size. That's just what every NBA team dreams about. And not only do they dream about it, they tanked about it for all year. And a lot of teams got screwed in those tanking efforts. The worst 3 teams ended up with the 4th, 5th, and 6th pick in the draft. So that hurt. They all were trying to capture the flag. And that looks like it's going to the Mavs unless they make another trade. But I think he plays more like T-Mac than Ace Bailey, but he also can do other things in the post. Nice spin move in traffic, can hit you with the hesitation, the fadeaway. Does not need to be set up by a point guard to score. That's what you're looking for a guy this size. He's not just finesse. He can score in traffic or against contact. He's crafty, great basketball intelligence, can finish with either hand, has a floater. If he's gonna be in the paint in the NBA, he might need to get a little stronger, but that will come. He can get to a shot anytime. Great vision, great team player. Makes a lot of great instinctual passes. And I think he also could have been out there doing a lot more scoring for himself, but he was unselfish in that way. I mean, like I said, he averaged 19. He could have probably averaged 26 if he wanted to. Um, he gets his hand in the action on defense, creating deflections and steal. He's literally overall, he's a perfect prospect. And normally every year I don't have the consensus number one as my number one. This year I have both of them, the one and two as my one and two, and number three for the most part. This year is a little bit different. I don't know what position he'll play in the NBA, but that's looked at as a good thing now. He did have a 42-point game at Duke. Um, he can guard multiple positions. He can play multiple positions. Great rebounder is Cooper Flag. He's the guy this year. Sure to be an all-star. It's going to be interesting I mean, it's really, I hate to say it like this, but it's unfortunate that the Mavs get the first pick because they should not be rewarded for what they did trading Luka for Anthony Davis. And if Luka and Anthony Davis were the same age, fine, but they are not. But they are rewarded with Cooper Flag. They won't have Kyrie for most of the year, if not all. So it's going to be interesting, but Cooper Flag should shine with the Mavs. So that is 10 through 1. My top 10, controversial, I'm sure. I don't do it to be controversial, but let me name them one more time in case you joined late, missed something, stepped out for a second. My top 10 in the NBA draft for 2025. Number 10, Kasparas Yakachunas. Number 9, Trey Johnson. Number 8, Asa Newell. Number 7, Rasheer Fleming. Number 6, Thomas Sorber. Number 5, BJ Edgecombe. Number 4, Jeremiah Fears. Number 3, Ace Bailey. Number 2, Dylan Harper. Number 1, Cooper Flag. I want to hear your feedback. Come on, at William is Bill, at me. No, but if you love the list, if you found some new names, enjoy looking them up. Get ready for your drafts. Get ready for the NBA draft. Can't wait for it. And I'll be back with 11 through 20 on the next episode. Until next time, I'm out of here. Peace.